Hey guys, Jen Graves here. So we're driving in the car so I can go to the bank real quick. Anyway, I figure I would do a quick video on basically doing this 100 volume list. It's a little crazy. It's very crazy. I'm probably at about 115, 120, and I'm just waiting for trying to get done and get to the 100, and then figure out how I'm going to split it up from there. It's pretty crazy. I'm not 100% sure. I wish I knew a little bit better. I just went through a list of like almost 500 volumes, so, well, over 500 volumes. It was more like 520. So going off of that, I mean, we're about 400 volumes subtracted off of it, which isn't too bad. It's pretty easy. You know, and one of the other things I kind of decided to do is I'm going to, if it's a series and there's other books that go with it, if the books are really close to basically any of the other stuff, see if I can stop that glare from my camera. If the stuff is basically anything else like that, you know, like Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Re, then I'm just going to put them together. You know, some other ones do that. You know, Attack on Titan, any of the other Attack on Titan stuff, you know, because it all kind of still goes together. Naruto, Boruto, stuff like that. You know, nothing too crazy. But we are getting to the point where it is pretty hard to do. You know, getting to the 100. Now I'm like, you know, are there ones that I don't like as much as I thought I did? One of those, it actually got me to the point where I was like, what do I do? What do I do? And I was like, I just gotta do it. So on my top 100, I ended up taking off Full Metal Alchemist from the last 15 right before it, because I was like, there's other ones on here that I like, even newer ones that just make me feel like I'm more interested than Naruto is. So just a little bit of craziness, you know, trying to figure that out. Some of them I do like that way, some of them not so much. There are some of my ones on my favorite shelf that I've actually found out that I didn't like as well as I did to take them off. So but I mean, there are really good series, so for me to be doing this, you know that these other ones have to be worth it some way, somehow. But yeah, I mean, they're all pretty good. I printed off a list so I can look at it at lunch and see which ones. It should be a little less than 4 pages. now that I've got that signed. So, but yeah, anyway, I mean, it makes you really look at manga differently. And some of it, guys, the other thing I kind of put with it is not so much, maybe there's another one that has better quality to it with some certain things, but maybe the story is something that made me like it a lot more, or a time I was going through in life, you know, in this series really kind of helped me in a way or whatever. You know, there were just a lot of different factors for me taking certain ones out and whatnot. I mean, like I said, Full Metal Alchemist is great. You know, I watched it, the anime, when it was just Full Metal Alchemist, and then when they, you know, had the Brotherhood come out, I watched most of that. And then the manga came out for it, and I ended up just buying the box set because I never got it before when it was coming out, because I always watched the anime, and I ended up buying the box. That way it would be a part of my collection, because it is a great series. But as far as that goes, there wasn't really a lot besides it being good that it affected me in certain ways. So that was kind of the big thing that I looked at with that too. That's why I guess Full Metal Alchemist ended up not making the cut in my book. But I mean, I still have, you know, some other ones to do.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You're depositing to the checking. You will catch that?
Yes, please.
Right.
Thank you. That was our cashier lady. So anyway, but I mean, there's gonna be other ones. I don't know if any other big ones like that will come off. They may. I'm not 100% sure. So the other thing that I'm kind of like, you know, kind of skeptical on is breaking down my list. It almost seems like I can get my top 10 real fast, but the order that they go in is going to be crazy. The other thing is, like, my last 10, I'm kind of dreading that because I feel like my last, you know, 100 up through like 51, all that, I'm not exactly going to know where to place any of those. You know, just because everything kind of is great to me, you know, there's not really that much, but it seems like it's going to end up that way, right? So we have that, and then I have the rest of it, so hopefully I can get down to 100, and then I'm gonna have to start breaking them, I guess, into like pods of 20, like I said, for the days, and figure out which ones are in those groups, and figure out how to align them from there, of which ones I like more or less or whatever.
Thank you. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you, ma'am. But that's really about it, guys. There's not too much more that I can really figure out as far as that goes with knowing. Get our stuff out of here, and we will be on our way. Roll up the window. Yeah, I never thought about doing this either until, because I was like, I'm gonna have to hold it, or I'm gonna have to put something on my air conditioner. But then I was kind of sitting there and I was like, oh wait, I can just put it there. I mean, I know I've had my car, well, my car's been in our family since 2001 when we got it. It's a 2001 Honda CR-V, and you know, I've probably been driving it for, let's see, I'm 26, so at least 6 years, and I started driving when I was 18, 19, somewhere in there, so I've been driving it for about 7-8 years, somewhere in there, and so I pretty much know every like little kink or whistle or anything that goes on with my car. which I guess is a good thing. So I kind of know exactly what speed it is, even though my speedometer is a little blocked by my phone, all that other different stuff. I know how sensitive my tires and everything are, so nothing too crazy about it. So, but yeah, I feel like too, if I had to do like the same thing with anime, I feel like I would be able to do the anime side a lot better at picking out the same anime for my top 100 as I have on my thing. I feel like I would be better at doing that than it would be for me to pick out the manga, just because the manga can take longer at different times and all that, and so it can kind of have a different feel to it, like I said, at different times. Just like reading, you can kind of put your own voices to them, a lot of other stuff. So I feel like that's really a big amount of what we're doing right now as far as it goes. So, but crazy stuff, guys. Don't have to worry about that. So, love it. But yeah, anyway, like I said, I'm almost done with this list of getting down to my top 100 that I've read. That was probably about the easiest part, getting through, just taking out ones that I haven't read before, or ones that I liked but I might not have liked as well as the other ones. But now that we're to the point of ones that they just like all blew me away, is where we're kind of stuck at. So anyway, hopefully I can get at least my 100 done. I mean, I only got like 15-20 left to go to take off. Hopefully I'll be able to do that by the end of today, and then start getting my list together tonight, through the weekend. That way I can start making these tapes for, well, not tapes, but my top 100 manga for you guys. So that's really about it. So yeah, fun. But I said it on one of the other videos, the Super Dungeon one. If there's any topics y'all want me to go over, let me know, and I'll try and get to those, or at least add them into the I Did pool. I know some other manga tubers kind of want to know different stuff about my collection and whatnot, or my opinions on different stuff, and they've actually asked me some questions to go with it, so I've kind of been sitting there with that stuff a little bit. So, but like I said, guys, really fun. If you have a list, maybe not so much like my list of 100, but if you have any that you like in any sense of the word, do a top 50 video, something like that for me. Take like 1/5 of your collection and make a video on that, because when you start getting down to it, I feel like if I was going to do maybe a lesser number, like my top 20, that would be a lot easier to do. But since it's 100, it's kind of taken in more and more stuff. So, and I couldn't tell you 100% if my list would be different if I was doing a top 50 video or top 100. Well, I'm doing a top 100 or like a top 10. Like I said, I feel like I know what my top 10 would be and all that, but I don't know where they would be on my rating. So, because looking at it as a total overview, I feel like it would be different than looking at it from like my one that I did, my top 10 dungeon crawlers. I feel like this is going to be different because it goes with what I like about the series, all that. Probably like my top 3, maybe 3 or 4. I'm not sure how many dungeon crawly ones I have in there that But now that we're doing a bigger list, there are a bunch that are actually coming off of that. So anyway, that is going to be it for this video, guys. I will catch you guys later on. I'm Gene Graves. Bye. See you later.